Aloha, boys and girls. Again, it's beach day. We're having fun here today. I took my glasses off because they looked a little silly. Plus, everything was pink or everything was blue. So we're talking about the beach. At school, I would have brought a lot of things in to show you, but with us being at home, it makes it kind of tough. I'm hoping to go on my beach vacation this summer, and if I do, I'll take lots of videos, and then I'll share them to you over the summer. So that'll be fun too, because Miss Wilderick loves the beach. I absolutely love crabbing, going down in the ocean. I just love it. It's my favorite place in the world, and I'm hoping my beach trip doesn't get canceled. So I have a book today that will talk about some things that you might see in the beach. So while we're thinking about that, let's think about what might we see at the beach. What would you see? You would see water. You'd see waves. You might see sand. You might see swimmers out in the water. You might see beach chairs and umbrellas. You might see tall buildings. What about fire trucks? Do you see fire trucks at the beach? You may. They're down there. There are fire stations and police officers. You might see guys or girls wearing red, and sometimes they have white on their nose. Yes, those are lifeguards. They save us. They help us at the beach. There are special helpers at the beach that you might see. Think about what you might see in the sand. You might find sand crabs. You might find seashells. You might find like that horseshoe crab that we saw, absolutely. You might find jellyfish in the sand. All kinds of things you can find in the sand. What about what flies in the sky? Do you see anything flying in the sky? You might see kites. You might see those airplanes with those big banners behind them. What about people parasailing? You might see parasailers. They hold on the thing. You might see a big sailboat or big ships going out, fishing boats, all little boats, big boats, all kinds of boats. I know, let's see here. I was thinking, or I had another thought of, but no, I don't want to say that. What about, you might see seagulls, lots of birds. They like to eat your french fries. So if you're on the boardwalk, you might see a boardwalk. If you're on the boardwalk, watch your french fries. They will swoop down and grab them from you. So yeah, there's all kinds of neat things. You might see sandcastles. You might see people surfing or riding a boogie board. What about in the ocean? What might you see? You might see dolphins. You might see fish. You might see stingrays. I'm going to talk to you about a stingray on one of our pages in our book. Gabby caught a big stingray the one year. Now, we didn't get it up close enough to, like, we saw it, and then it went down and it broke our line, but it was huge. So all kinds of things. There might be crabs. Crabs are really cool because crabs at the beach are blue. When you cook them, they turn red. And I'm going to send you a video, I think tomorrow, about crabs. So it's kind of cool. They're blue. Think of our blood. When we talked about our blood, if we look at our veins in our body, they're blue. Then if we would accidentally cut ourselves or fall and we bleed, it's red. So it's kind of like a crab. It's blue, but then when it's cooked, it turns red. So kind of cool. So let's look at our book here today. Enough of me talking. Let's look at our book. And we're not going to read it all. We're just going to do a picture walk. So here, it's all about the ocean. DKI Wonder, and has a shark here and a person scuba diving, because that's fun to do. I've never scuba dived, but I'm sure it's fun, and some fishes. So it's going to go all through this book. And like I said, we're just going to flip through, do a picture walk about things we might see at the beach. There's lots of cool things that we are underwater that you wouldn't even know is there. We're going to skip that page. But here, look, oh, here's a big turtle. Oh, at the Baltimore Aquarium, they had a huge turtle, which I thankfully got to meet. And unfortunately, it has moved on, but you can see sea turtles. I have seen turtles at the beach. I definitely have. There's those seagulls I was talking about, those birds. Here's tiny little plankton. So when you hear about plankton on SpongeBob, that's what plankton looks like. A lot of animals like to eat that. And some big whales. Here's some cool little fishies. Here's some more fish. These are like little, they call these a dogfish. Sometimes they kind of look like a little sand shark. These are kind of cool. Here's that big stingray I was telling you about. Gabby caught one probably almost as big as that, if not bigger. It was huge. The fishermen on the boat had to help Gabby because it was so big that she couldn't even hold the rod. They were afraid they were going to lose their rod. So it was really cool. So you can see them at the beach. They are there, and that was in Maryland. You can see them. Here's like a, what is that? A lionfish, which is kind of cool. Here's that puffer fish I was talking to you about. I actually caught one of these. Oh, I didn't talk to you about it. I caught one of these at the beach. Miss Wilderick was crabbing, and I pulled up the net, and it was a fish. Now, it didn't look this yellow. It was more brown. It's a fish like this, and it was nice and small. Then all of a sudden, it made this funny noise, and it went, and all of a sudden, it puffed up like this, and I was like, I got a puffer fish. So it's pretty cool. Here's a big eel. There's just some Just some seaweed and stuff in the bottom. Oh, these guys are cool, but jellyfish, but don't touch them because see these stingers back here. They have stingers. Miss Wilderic has been watching a show on TV, and they say the man of war jellyfish, aren't they the blue bottles? Blue bottles, they call them. They sting you for a few minutes and then they go away, but it really, really hurts. I don't think we have blue bottles around here. If they do, they're very rare. This one's actually like a glowing jellyfish, so it would glow in the dark. But very cool jellyfish. But you got to watch out for their tentacles. They will sting, especially these guys here. Oh, they have little wires in them, and it will hurt. Oh, the great white and the sharks. Look, there's a hammerhead. I like the saw one where it has the one that points out. Oh, look at that great white. Look at his row of teeth. Remember we talked about teeth in sharks, and I showed you that shark tooth. So they have like 2 rows here, and they just keep growing in. Oh, definitely would not want to be caught with a shark. But most times sharks, you won't even see a shark that big at the beach. Whales. Whales, you wouldn't see maybe this whale at the beach. But at Ocean City, Maryland, I have seen a whale before. When I was a little kid, there was one following a boat. And the other year I saw one way far out. But it was more of a dolphin type of whale. I can't think of what its name was, but it was farther out. Here's my favorite, the dolphins. Look at this guy saying hello. The dolphins. Miss Wilderic's going to send you a video, I believe, today, maybe? Or tomorrow. I think it might be tomorrow. I'm going to send you a video where I spotted dolphins at the beach. Sorry, I was checking my lesson plan. I think it's coming tomorrow, so you'll see the crabs and the dolphins tomorrow on my plan. These guys are my favorite, but they're not around here. They're called gentle giants. Sometimes they call them sea cows, but these are called manatees, and they're mainly, you'll see them down in Florida. Very gentle. They eat like lettuce, big heads of lettuce and things like that, seaweed. But they're very gentle and nice animals. For a while there, you had to watch because boats see how they like to go to the top, and then the boat would hit them. So they're sometimes called sea cows or manatees. Look at this guy. He's catching fish. Yes, you can see that. Miss Wilderic, this is a pelican. At Ocean City, Maryland, I have seen pelicans diving into the water, and they are the coolest things. They dive straight down into the water, and normally birds will kind of like hit the water and land. Not these guys. These pelicans dive right down, and then they pop up. It's the coolest thing. I was out on the boat watching them, and the the boat captain was laughing with me. He's like, I love those birds. They just dive straight down. They have no fear. And then they have this big bill where they can catch stuff. I've also seen like the big, there was like a falcon down there at the hotel next to us, and he would catch big fish. He would go down and catch a fish and then land on the hotel roof eating it, which was kind of cool watching him carry this big fish in his mouth. I was just praying he wouldn't drop it on my deck while I was sitting there. Okay, here's those big sea turtles. Some sea turtles are small, like most turtles I see at the beach are very small, but they can age and get very, very big. I know at the aquarium, that turtle we saw was the biggest animal at the aquarium. It was the one that weighed the most. Here's some little lobster lined up. Look at them walking in a line. They're not very big lobsters, but lobsters you can catch and eat. They're pretty good. Here is, ooh, what's this guy with 8 legs? An octopus or squid. Sometimes, look at the shimmering one. Here they would, or this guy we can show, what they would do is they would squirt the ink out here, and then they go, and they go away from you. See here, the ink is squirting out. We don't even see the octopus. He's swimming away. He squirted it, and off he goes. But they're really cool. Octopus are neat, the way they can conform their bodies to get through things. Sometimes they go on a boat and they can slide out through the hole in the boat, which is cool. Here's our clownfish, like Nemo. This guy's kind of cool. The fish looks a little scary, but look what's in the fish's mouth. There's another fish in there, and that fish goes in and cleans this fish's mouth. So he won't eat that fish. It just goes in and he eats all the little dirt in there and cleans its mouth. Here's a cool guy. This is a type of crab, but they're called boxer crabs, and they carry anemones. So they have sea anemones on them that they carry around. There's a turtle again, and look, these fishes are eating all the algae on the back of the turtle. Same with the shark. They can all swim together. A lot of times they all live together and they don't harm each other as long as they're getting fed. And has some, oh, these guys are a little scary. It was spooky. We're going to go quick. These are spooky. They live way down in the bottom of the ocean. Very down, deep down low. Okay, so we skip past them. Here's some really cool in the coral reefs. These little things that are all over in coral reefs. There's our starfish. Here's a cool starfish. He has really long legs. So coral reefs are really cool. They might not have a lot of fish, but they have a lot of plants growing and things moving around. Here's another one. There's a blue starfish with some of this coral and sponges. Now see how you can see how the fish, they can hide in those coral reefs and they won't even be seen. Here's a crab. Look, we wouldn't have even seen it if I didn't point them out. There's like an eel coming out of here. Again, we wouldn't have seen it. Seahorses. They like living in that coral because they can hide. This is kind of silly. In icy waters, we also have animals. Because think, always the ocean isn't always warm. You might go up to Antarctica or someplace up north or way down south, and you're going to have animals that live at the ocean. So you might have a little seal. These are bigger seal pup, or that's a seal pup. Yeah, seal pup there. Walruses. Got to watch out for seals. You can see them in the waters in Ocean City, Maryland. They have spotted seals, but stay away from them. You always call a lifeguard or the police, and they'll come and take care of it. Don't go near them because they can be dangerous. You might have a polar bear. Polar bear might be around. Our favorite penguins, penguinos. There's that emperor penguin. Look at the daddy guarding the egg. Because remember we said the daddies guard the eggs. And they're all lined up. Look, he's talking to his little baby, feeding him dinner. And here's some seals hunting. And some, oh, a sea otter. You might see otter. He's eating some kelp there. They like to float on their back. And sometimes at the beach, you can find an abandoned ship. So people might go scuba diving to look for these cool treasures. I know in Ocean City, Maryland, they have a really cool, it's a, oh, what's that thing called, Gabby? I'm trying to think. It's like a treasure. It's like a treasure place where they show you things that they found from scuba dives. And it's at Seashell City. Yes, it's at Seashell City, but I can't think of what it's called. But it's in the upstairs part. And it's really cool. The one time we were talking to the owner there, and he actually brought out a spoon that was recovered from the Titanic. Miss Spiljerrick even wears one of her necklaces is actually a piece of plate that was discovered from a shipwreck that they made into a necklace. So kind of cool things that they can find, like Titanic was the notable big shipwreck, and they have all kinds of tools that they can scuba dive. Like this thing might go down. It might be a camera that goes down that they don't even need to go with it, and they can explore the shipwreck. And that is it, boys and girls. So cool things that we can find in the ocean. Neat things that we can see. I love the ocean. There's so much to learn about the ocean and the beach. So hence why I said we're doing 2 days of beach day, because there's so much to learn about the ocean and waters and things that are living there. If you get to go to the beach, go. If not, Miss Spiljerrick, I promise, boys and girls, I will send you some pictures for my beach trip. I go July 4th week every year. I'll try to take some special pictures. I always go out in a boat, and I crab every year, and I do all kinds of fun things. So as long as they tell me I can go to the beach, I'm going to the beach, and I'll take some special pictures and video for you. All right, have a great day. Bye.